Hi everyone, Dr. Maureen Passifume here from Restorative Center. Hope you're doing good today. You know what, probably one of the biggest things, or most common things women seek out care, but sometimes men too, but women tend to have a little bit more problem with it than men. One of the big things that I hear, big concern often in my practice, is constipation. So we wanted to give you a little bit of at-home help for that today. So again, a common concern that women especially voice to us, not being able to poop. So we want to talk about some home strategies and look at some of the causes of why you might be struggling with that. So some of the obvious things is poor diet. So maybe diets that are lower in fiber, perhaps you're not getting enough fluid intake, you have a diet that has a lot of sugar, refined starches and carbohydrates in it, or a lot of processed foods can often cause it. So look, if you haven't addressed that, that's one of the number one things you should address, of course. Sometimes food sensitivities could be causing constipation too, so that's something to look into. People with underlying gluten sensitivity, for instance, if they still have wheat in their diet, that can cause either diarrhea or constipation actually as well. Underlying gallbladder issues, if you've had your gallbladder out, and are having constipation, you don't have gallbladder store something called bile, and we need that to help digest and emulsify our fats, and it's actually a poop thinner too. It helps keep our poop a nice texture. So a lot of women who've had their gallbladders out will complain of constipation and then sometimes diarrhea with that as well, but that's something to consider if that has been in your history as well. Some other reasons that people can be constipated or underlying reproductive hormone issues like estrogen or progesterone imbalances. Underlying thyroid problems can cause it because it really slows our metabolism down, including the speed that food goes through our digestive tract. Those can be other causes. What we call dysbiosis in your gut, meaning there's too much bad bacteria or yeast, not enough good bacteria. Sometimes a probiotic, taking a probiotic can help with that. Sometimes we're not making enough digestive juices and we can't poop that well. So if our stomachs don't make enough stomach acid, it's hard to break our proteins down. Those patients will usually complain of a lot of tummy bloating and constipation, so a lot of lower bloating. So sometimes that can be a problem, or they're not making enough digestive enzymes in their pancreas to help break down their carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. One thing that I suggest for those patients to start with at home is to make sure we're chewing our food really well and eating slowly. So when you chew your food, it starts breaking down your food by your teeth, of course, but releasing digestive enzymes in the mouth a little bit more. We're also giving our brain a time to realize that we're eating, and then our brain can signal to our stomach and our pancreas to release those digestive juices. So a lot of us, when we're stressed out, we're in a hurry, we're gulping our food, and we're eating really fast, and our brain or our stomach hasn't had a time to acknowledge that something's on the way. I always tell my patients, it's like if you had a bunch of people show up for a party at your house you didn't know you were even going to have. You're in your curlers, you're not ready, you have no food, and it's the same thing. If you eat your food really well, the stomach didn't even realize food was coming, so it didn't have a chance to get ready for all that food. So eat slowly, chew your food really well. If you've done all of those things and you're still struggling with constipation, there are ways to find out if you're having some underlying hormonal issues, if you're also having like hot flashes or menstrual problems, if you know you have some underlying thyroid issues, make sure we're getting that medically checked out. If there could be something in the gut, like you're getting a lot of bloating going on as well, or heartburn and indigestion, that's something to think about, that maybe there's some bigger issues going on with your digestive tract. But I hope some of those tips helped you if you're struggling. Make sure if you feel like you have an underlying medical condition, don't hesitate to reach out to your medical practitioner. If you feel like it's a functional problem, I want to discuss that with us here. That's something we're more than happy if you feel like you're needing more help. But if you're not doing some of those simple things that we talked about, please make sure you start with those first. And I hope that helps get you moving along, so to speak. I hope you guys have a great day. As always, we're going to have a very fun food recipe attached here that's going to help with this as well. Something high in fiber and delicious, of course, too. You take care. We love you. Can't wait to see you. Bye-bye.